Hello everyone, this is Payal Verma from Think Excellence Khanna and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to make a video on the major differences between IELTS and CELPIP. So first of all, I would like to tell you something about myself. My name is Payal. I am having 14 years of teaching experience in all the international exams, and I have personally experienced all type of exams like IELTS, CELPIP, PTE, Duolingo and TOEFL. I have helped a lot of students in getting their permanent residence and also in getting their study visa. So you can also contact me to get any kind of one-to-one class, any kind of group class, any kind of like study material, or in getting your exam booked. So without wasting any time, let's start. So the major differences between IELTS and PTE will help you a lot in deciding for which exam you should go for to get your permanent residence. So let's start. First of all, like IELTS can be taken in two forms. Like in IELTS, you can appear for paper-based IELTS as well as you can appear for computer-based IELTS. But CELPIP is only a computerized paper, so the students who are not comfortable in operation of computer, so obviously CELPIP can be challenging for them, whereas in IELTS they can go for paper-based IELTS. The second main difference is in getting their results. Like in IELTS, student can get result within 7 days after getting their exam, whereas in CELPIP, student can get their result in 5 days only. The third main difference is in their scale. Like in IELTS, the score is from 0 to 9 bands. Like IELTS is of 9 bands and student can get score out of 9 bands, whereas CELPIP is from 0 to 12 bands. So students get their result out of 12 bands. So basically in Canada, if the student is aiming for PR, the basic and the majority of the students are having requirement of CLB 9. So what is CLB 9? Like if they want to crack exam with CLB 9, so in IELTS they need to get 8,777, 8 in listening and 7 in other 3 modules, whereas in CELPIP they need to score 9 each to get CLB 9 score. So obviously in my perspective, I think it's easier to get 9 out of 12 bands rather than getting 8 out of 9 bands. So in that case, I have personally experienced that many of the students, they found it easier to get score in CELPIP rather than in IELTS. The next main difference is in appearing their examination. Like in IELTS, students have to appear for the examination in 2 shifts. Like their listening, reading and writing is being conducted on the test day, whereas for the speaking they have to appear for the other day. Like whenever they'll get their speaking schedule, they'll go to the examination and will appear for their speaking module, whereas in CELPIP all the 4 modules are being conducted in 1 shift only. The approximate timing is like IELTS exam is of 2 hours 40 minutes, whereas CELPIP is of 3 hours and there is only 1 sitting. And the next main difference is in their accent. Like in IELTS, student can experience every type of accent. It can be Britishers, Indian, American, Afghanistanis, all type of accents they can experience. But in CELPIP, they can experience only Canadian accent. So obviously the students who are from Canada only and they are going to appear for their CELPIP because their requirement is to get CLB 9. So obviously they will find more easier to clear their listening and speaking section in CELPIP, because they will be able to understand each and every type of accent, because that is totally Canadian one. The next major difference in their pricing, like IELTS exam is of $320 to $350, which is more expensive than CELPIP, whereas CELPIP exam is of $280 only. The second main difference is like the students can see like there are only 5 centers in the entire Canada for IELTS. So in IELTS they have to wait, like waiting is there, availability of examination is less as compared to CELPIP, whereas CELPIP exams availability is more than IELTS. Along with that, like you can see that the CELPIP centers are available all over the Canada. So in conclusion, I would like to say that if the students are aiming and if their requirement is up to 6 or 6.5 bands only and they have already experienced IELTS before, then they should go for IELTS. But if they it's long time they like that they have appeared for their IELTS and now their requirement is CLB 9 and more than that, then obviously CELPIP is a better option, because obviously they have to revise the like pattern. So obviously it's better to revise a new thing because it's easier to get CLB 9 in CELPIP as compared to IELTS. So now let's talk about the main differences between IELTS and CELPIP in terms of modules. So first of all, let's talk about listening module. Like in IELTS, listening is of 30 minutes only, but in CELPIP, listening module is of 1 hour. And in IELTS, like when you are listening the audio, the questions will be in front of you, but in CELPIP, you will listen the audio first, and after the completion of the audio, then you will be able to see the questions on your screen. The next main difference is, like in reading, you can face or you can experience spelling errors because you have to like give answers from yourself only, and some spelling errors and their like singular and plural form can interrupt you. But in CELPIP, you need to choose the answer. So you are not supposed to give answer from yourself. There will be some options and you have to select the answers from the given options only. The next main difference is, like in IELTS, you know like for what you need to listen because questions are in front of you, but in CELPIP, questions will come afterwards, so you never know what type of information is useful for you and what is useless. So you need to make maximum notes as much as you can, what kind of information will be helpful for you, that the question will decide. So do maximum note making, and you should work on your memorization so that you can recall any kind of information which will be required. And the next main difference is, like in IELTS, volume is inbuilt, so you cannot increase or decrease the volume, but in CELPIP, like volume controller is in your hand, you can maximize or minimize the volume as per your requirement. So I think this is a great like advantage for the students with Turban, so that they can maximize the volume. Next module is reading module. Like in IELTS, there are 3 sections only in reading, whereas in CELPIP there are 4 sections, like 4 comprehensions. In reading, you will be given an overall timer, like reading is of 1 hour, here also reading is of 1 hour, but in IELTS you will be given collaborative time, but in CELPIP you will be given section wise time, like every section, like 4 sections are there, so every section is having their individual time, and before moving, like if the time of the first section is out, then automatically it will be moved to the section 2, so you have to manage time section wise. Next, like in IELTS, like answers can be from your side, so you can make some spelling errors, but in CELPIP, obviously you have to choose the answers from the given option. Again, you need not to give your answer from yourself, you need to just choose the right answers from the given option. So again, the reading in CELPIP is quite easier and more scoring as compared to IELTS. Next module is writing. Writing is almost same in both the papers. Like in IELTS, writing is of 60 minutes and there will be 2 tasks, 1 letter and 1 essay. In CELPIP, again writing is approximately of 1 hour and there will be an email and essay. But the main difference is that in IELTS you will be given a overall timer of 1 hour to attempt both the questions, but in CELPIP you will be given separate timings for both of them. Like for email you will get 26 minutes to attempt, and for essay you will be given 27 minutes to attempt. And next, the main and like big advantage for CELPIP in my perspective, like in IELTS you can make spelling errors and it will cost you a lot, but in CELPIP you will get a spell check, like computer automatically underline that word you have typed like wrong. So it will give you a signal that you have written something wrong grammatically or in terms of spelling. So you are having an advantage to correct the spelling or grammar, any grammatical error as per the requirement, and there is no penalty for that. So in my opinion, writing in CELPIP is more scoring, like more interesting, and like more timing is being given to you to attempt your all tasks. So in writing, mostly students get better marks as compared to IELTS. Next, in like let's talk about the speaking module. In IELTS, like speaking is being conducted in person, like interviewer will be in front of you and you have to give the speaking to the interviewer, and there are basically 3 types of questions: introductory questions, cue card and follow-up questions. But in CELPIP, like speaking is also being conducted on computer only, so there is no examiner who will conduct your speaking. You have to give your speaking, you have to record yourself for your speaking module on computer only. So if the person is having phobia to speak in front of anyone, so here is advantage in CELPIP, and there is only one type of question, that is cue card. There will be 8 type of cue card, and we need to give answers as per the requirement of the cue card. Next, which I have already mentioned, like in IELTS, speaking is being conducted differently, that is not being conducted on the same day of your exam day, whereas in CELPIP, like same day you are going to experience your speaking module. And because in IELTS, because speaking is being conducted on the different day, so students may feel more fresh in giving their speaking. But in CELPIP, speaking is the last module in your exam, so obviously student can feel lethargic or like hectic after attempting all the 3 modules. So it can be a bit exhausted in attempting speaking in CELPIP. So these are the major differences between IELTS and CELPIP. So you can easily recognize, you can easily decide like for which exam you should go for. But in my opinion, for CLB 9, obviously CELPIP is a better choice. So you can contact me for any type of information, to get any kind of study material in any kind of online and offline classes. 1-to-1 session is also available. So contact me on the given number, and stay tuned with Think Excellence for further information. Thank you.